What is up, Vikings Nation? Skull! We are live. It is early. I am still getting the crusties out of my eyes. What a night. I totally missed last night. We totally should have talked about it last night in our hot take review. But last night, the Minnesota Vikings made a move. Surprising move, some would say. Maybe others would say, right about a great move based on the situation that we're in. But it looks like the Minnesota Vikings have traded defensive tackle Harrison Phillips to the New York Jets for a 2027 seventh round pick. The Jets will also send a 2026 round pick on top of that 2027 sixth round pick. So 2 6-round picks in consecutive years in 26 and in 27. You know, some people may have wanted us to get a little bit more out of the trade. Maybe instead of two sixes, maybe something a little bit higher, something that Kwesi can actually, use to, to sweeten the pot in a move to move up in one of these upcoming drafts, right? So maybe some people are going to be a little bit upset about the amount we got for him, but I am not upset whatsoever. Holy crap, there's just so much stuff all over the place. Hold on, give me a second, guys. Good gravy. Unfreaking believable. I've barely just gotten freaking the crusties out my eyes, boys, and everything to find this incredible news. We should have covered it last night, but I apologize. Yeah, I didn't even notice after that. I just went straight to the gym, put on my lifting play mix. I grinded out my workout and came home and passed right the fuck out. I didn't even have a second thought about looking into anything in regards to our fighting Minnesota Vikings. But what a crazy development. The Minnesota Vikings have traded defensive tackle Harrison Phillips for 2 6-round draft picks, one in 2026 and one in 2027. And in my opinion, I like this move for a number of reasons. I understand, and I'm very, very fond of Harrison Phillips. I think he's a great class stand-up guy. You know what I mean? He's the type of guy that you set your watch by. He's the type of guy that that's always down for his teammates. He's just the epitome of a glue guy. He works hard despite his being undersized, and regardless of his intangibles, he always found ways to be effective and impact games. So it's a sad move on as a Vikings fan because I really enjoyed Harrison Phillips. It's very similar to the whole view that I had of like Garrett Bradbury last year. Like I was one of those things, like the guy's done so much for the team. He's committed, he's put on weight, he's doing all the right things. Like the honorable thing is to give him another shot and see what adding this weight and seeing if he could develop the power to be that starting center for us. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. He didn't play up to snuff and wasn't able to earn that position, and now he's with New England, which is good for him. But I still value that kind of that hard work, that dedication that players like that give to our organization, because I know without those type of players, a lot of things fall apart. They're the glue, they're the foundation to the camaraderie and the culture, the teamwork that our team has right now. So I'm sad to see him leave, but I'm happy that we pulled the trigger and got something out of him. I'm hoping that Kwesi can kind of maybe flip those and use those in those drafts for improving his draft position. Maybe we get some steals. You know, you never know, right? So, but sad to see him go. But we have developed some more depth at the defensive line, and he has been undersized. As much as I love him, and as many good things that he's done, I'm not upset at the move. I'm happy that we moved on and that we're opening up the avenue for all these other players that are hungry and also bigger. Um, to get into that role and start kind of filling up those worries that we have, right? Especially on short down yardage, on situations where we really need a big guy at nose tackle. Harrison Phillips hasn't been that guy for us, and we've actually paid the price with giving up some costly first down. So farewell, Harrison Phillips. I really like to, but you know what? It is time to move on, and uh not upset at all. So maybe you know what? That opens up the avenue for our Minnesota Fighting Vikings to bring in Mr. Adam Thielen. Bring him in and have him do his farewell tour. Like I said yesterday in yesterday's live, I wouldn't want us to pay anything outside of like league minimum or something ridiculously affordable, because of what he brings to the locker room. And those 3 games, I'm sure he'd be impactful. And then the mentorship, right? Like his ability to help in the wide receiver room also would be phenomenal. So you never know. We'll keep our eyes open, our ears peeled for more news. I will just a short one today, and I will see you guys on the next live. Thanks for joining me on the Purple and Gold Bars podcast. I'll see you guys on the next one.